everyone's doing well. All right, so we're gonna do a big ride today. This is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna do tempo, and then we're gonna go duration. And we're gonna do an hour and a half of tempo here. Oof, 45 minutes of tempo. All right, here we go. Buckle up. All right, so let's see what we got here. I can go big on this one. Yeah, not doing San Francisco spin. Wow, Bhutan's got a lot of short ones. I think I finished Belgium. Yeah, I finished Belgium. I think I got one. No, I've finished all of Huya Dari. All right, we'll do Zurich. All right, here we go. Testing. All right, we're good. I totally forgot. I forgot that I used my normal bike mic for the 4th of July celebration. And completely forgot. I completely forgot to put it back. So I 100% completely forgot. So yeah, just had to grab my normal mic. Well, hope everyone's having a good day. I'm having had an interesting day. I woke up muy early in the morning, and I wound up flying off to Oakland, California. It's up north, Bay Area. I hate Oakland. I really don't like it. Not a fan of NorCal. You see, in California, we kind of have a civil war. And there's the good side of California and the evil side of California. And then the middle part of California nobody really cares about. You got SoCal versus NorCal. And then you got Central Cal. Central Cal just is like, look, I'm staying out of it. I'm just a farmer. That's all I care about. Oh, wait. I don't think Twitch started. Hold up. Alright, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're firing on all cylinders. So yeah, I had to go up measure a pool today. Quick flight. It's about 50-minute flight. So I basically snoozed all the way up there. Woke up at about 4:20 in the morning. Got myself over to the airport. Was able to snag a quick breakfast and hang out. Hung out for about 20 minutes. And then sauntered over. I tell you what, I've been a long-time flyer on Southwest. I'm not a gigantic fan of their new methodology of how you get on the airplane. I don't like their new boarding schematics, or I guess what would it be called? The way you board the plane. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, I understand, you know, they want to give people opportunity to pay more money for the more legroom seats. They want to offer stuff similar to other airlines, but there is no such thing as first class on Southwest. They don't have first class. They got the same seats, the same level of service. You might just have an extra couple inches of legroom, and you board earlier. It's kind of dumb. I think it's dumb. And then, if you want to save a good amount of money on your flight, you board last. So, I guess at the end of the day, the question is, do you want to wait on the plane or off the plane? But here's the problem. Because before, they used to have this nice, orderly system where you check in, you get a placement, and then you stand in line and you get on the plane. Well, the problem is now they have these boarding groups, which is comparable to other airlines. That's not the issue. The issue is the boarding groups are 100% arbitrary. They are 100% arbitrary. And what do I mean by that? So I took 2 flights today. One flight from Ontario to Oakland, one flight from Oakland to Ontario. So I get on in the morning. I'm sitting there right next to the gate. You know, they start with pre-boarding, which if you want a good time, listen to George Carlin's rant on pre-boarding. Rest in peace, George Carlin. He had some funny bits. Horrendously off on a lot of your ideas, but he had some pretty funny bits. So they let pre-boarding go on first, which is normal. You know, older people, disabled people, give them more time to get on. Okay. I genuinely think they should go last. I think they need to go last. Get everyone on, and then let the old dudes shuffle on last. Because there's no like good reason for them to be on first, other than just being nice to them. I mean, logistically, they should go last. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So then, in the morning, they had, okay, group 1, group 2. Oh, okay, we've had no one on group 2. Where is group 2? Group 2, where are you? No one from group 2 stood up. They had to get a dude just yelling, "Hey, group 2, get over here. What the heck?" It's just like, this is stupid. So then, you know, it's just pure chaos because people are idiots. And they don't know, hey, look, you know, we should just be able to get on the stinking plane and be able to get on and go. I don't know. Like, genuinely, though, I've seen simulations where there's, like, certain orders. If you have them board in certain orders, it would go a lot faster. Like, for instance, you have all the window seats board, and then all the center seats board, and then all the aisle seats board. And then if you do that, you're going to board a lot quicker. Well, then there becomes one massive problem. Idiots with carry-ons. The problem with idiots and carry-ons, too many idiots put their carry-ons, they put way too much on top. It's like, it drives me nuts whenever I see a person stash a purse up top. It's like, no. Purse or a backpack. Those don't go in the overhead compartment, you butthole. That's not where that goes. So dumb. But, you see, because my problem is, I've spent so many years being A-list preferred, just because I fly a lot for my work. I've been so used to being A-list preferred, now I have to wait until the last dead dogs in order to get on the plane. It's really dumb. I don't like it. But then again, you know, I now can just bake it into the cake. I get that extra 10 minutes in the lounge because I don't have to worry. But I will say, though, definitely getting lounge access at airports is game-changing. It is a game changer. So I have 2 credit cards that allow me lounge access as one of the perks of having the credit card. Yeah, I'm paying a pretty penny for them. But with both of them, we're aiming to shoot and make back over, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of dollars over what the sign-up fee is. All right, let's see here. It's 18 seconds. All right, so today's workout's going to be a long one. We got a big ol' 45 minutes at 200 watts block. And then 3 minutes at 255. This is going to be fun. So yeah, it's kind of fun doing Uber. So I do whenever. So the pool today was like within 15 minutes away from the airport. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Don't rent a car. Just get an Uber. See, the problem is, if it's about 15 minutes away in a car, I could theoretically just walk there. But I did not have a lot of time. So I got an Uber, headed on over there, and got the pool measured, and then got back, walked down the street to a 7-Eleven, grabbed a Ghost Energy, was sipping it back on the way to the airport. Then I went to the lounge at the airport. I had to wait this time. Had to get put on a wait list. Had to wait about 10 minutes. It happens. It's okay. All right. So, Microsoft made some epic announcements today. We gotta talk about that. So truthfully, I'm not a gigantic fan of Xbox. I've never been a real fan of Xbox. Yes, I use an Xbox controller, but they're the easiest compatible with PC. And they're relatively cheap. So, hey Wild Arms, what's up? So, Microsoft just announced today they're doing massive, epic corporate restructuring far beyond what they've been talking about over the past couple of weeks. And honestly, a majority of the games industry needs to do this. They need to do massive culling. Because the one stat that stood out to me was that they're losing 64 cents on every dollar that they've spent. They have lost money everywhere. And it's like, you know what? Good on her. Good on that gal for actually being honest and upfront about that. To where she, like, I don't know what her personal politics is, but she understands something. Is that activism does not bring in the money. Activism's cute and all, but when you're losing 65 cents, nearly 65 cents of every dollar that you spend, that doesn't make any corporate sense. Now, some people may say, oh, well, it's all about making money. Well, there's a difference between making $1 for every dollar you put into the system and losing over 50%. It's because you invest time and effort, and then you get rewarded. To where for my job, if I charged, like, so the equivalent of my job would be basically, okay, I have a job to do, and I take so long to do it that my salary, that they are losing money on my salary, and I'm not bringing in money. Not only am I not bringing in money, I'm wasting about 50%, 65% more than what I'm bringing in. I'd get fired. But this truly, I want this study to happen so badly. I want a study to happen to where people monitor, and not monitor, but record and figure out how much federal and state DEI money went into all this video game stuff. Because you track when all this crap started going down, in terms of, you know, all of these massive studio arrangements, all these layoffs, all this crap, within a calendar year of all the DEI money spigots being turned off on the federal level, many have been all turned off. So I wonder how much of these corporations' budgets were being floated by all of this, and how much of it was they were truly just losing money, and how much of it was, well, we're losing money, but because of all this DEI grants, we're still in business. We're okay. We don't need to lay anyone off. We can just keep going. I genuinely wonder, what is that? What is that ratio? So, Double Fine Studios got cut loose. There was another one that operator was talking about. Can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. Not the ones I'm totally familiar with. But genuinely, what needs to happen is gaming needs to go back to the bros. Now, that's not saying women can't help design video games. Not saying that at all. But we got to get back to the bro mentality. The bro mentality of, dude, I got this idea, man. Dude, let's make this game, man. Dude, I got this great idea. Let's get together, man. Let's make it happen. You know? That kind of a thing. Instead of Teen Girl Squad. We need a lot less interactive movies. We need a lot less interactive movies. A lot more fun and compelling games to play. Now, truth be told, that's not to say that very filthy casual games don't have a place. They do. They do. For instance, over the weekend, I actually finished off 3 games. Number 1 was Cthulhu Saves Christmas, New Game Plus. That was a fun game. We love Zeboyd Studios around here. We are big fans of Zeboyd. So, that was a fun time. They had a lot of fun with the New Game Plus. And then, I also finished off Bats, Blood-Sucking Anti-Terror Squad. Now, this is a little game. It's got 5 levels. You got 5 characters. 5 characters that you can play as. Plays like it's a little 2D platformer, or 2D action platformer. It was a fun little game. You know, replay value 100% in speedrunning, and they leaned into it, and I like that. It's like, make your game with the ability to speedrun it. You know, that'll attract the speedrunning community. I played it once, had a good little time, and tried out all the characters. Shotgun Boy sucks. Not a fan of him. All right, 5 minutes down. 40 more to go. We're just chugging here. So those little indie games are fun. Credit, like 5 dudes. There's like 5 guys. There may have been a girl, but I wasn't paying that much attention. But like 5 people were involved with making that game, which, that's great. That's wonderful. I wish them the best. Got the game for free. Someone paid for it, not me. Well, digital ID, blah, blah, blah. But, so then I finished. So then I was inside. I'm on my kid's computer. It's not a very high-powered Linux setup. So I've decided every Sunday I'm going to troll around, find a very small game to play. Found this one. It was about this little Taiwan outfit. It said Taiwan in one of the developer's studio names. So this little Taiwanese outfit made this charming little puzzle game about a woman who's an artiste. And she's trying to paint this thing. Magically, all of her colors are hidden inside of paintings all over the house. So then you go around the house, her little apartment, and then you find stuff, and then you start putting together these connections where there's a old man that lives across the window or in the next building over. So she, there's like 6 chapters long, little chapters. So you have a couple little puzzles, little story elements, and then find a color, put a couple extra colors on your paint, on your artistical masterpiece, which is total bullcrap. The piece of art she's claiming is art is total bullcrap. I can paint better than this. It's all in the way you sell it. Modern art is in the story, not the actual art. People buy BS. And I'm not kidding. Literal bullcrap. So, charming little game. A lot of fun. Beat it within an hour. And I was like, you know what? This game's fine. This game is fine. And then you get a game like Mixtape. Now, I haven't played Mixtape yet. Someone's gonna have to buy it for me to suffer through that thing. I'm not spending money on it. But it's basically a movie game with 0 player input whatsoever. That game would be fine if it was an indie game, but it wasn't. It was touted. It was allegedly an indie game. I'll give them that. Allegedly, it was an indie game. But it was developed, it was bankrolled by an insanely rich millionaire uncle. That's what happened. And it was just this woke bullcrap garbage. Just total woke slop trash. My dad's an idiot. The cops are idiots, man. All that crap. That game deserves to be a small-time indie game, not touted by online publishers. I cannot wait until the games journalist magazines all start folding, and then real indie journalists start coming out of the woodwork. I think one of the greatest things is when game streamers started becoming the game journalists. To where the gamers come out and say, this game is a piece of crap. Ugh. All right, 10 minutes down. See, this is why I do the stream. So then I get to start yammering. Get some more cardio in. And then I wind up clicking off 5-minute intervals. So if you're wondering how much I have left, the little Spotify up there, right below that, right now it's 33:35. That's how much time I got left on this interval, not the overall time. So yeah, 4th of July was over the weekend. Had a good little 4th of July. Wound up, let's just say, I brought out the big guns to start the fire pit in the backyard. Publicly, I will say no more than that. If you want to see the picture, join the Discord, link in the description below. But yeah, I didn't really do much. Problem is there's not much going on in my area, where I gotta go a couple towns over to even see fireworks. They don't light them off in my city anymore. When I was a kid, we used to have fireworks at the local junior college that's in my town. They don't do it anymore. So you gotta go a couple cities over, and then that gets complicated. It sucks. However, Peanut's friend invited my 2 girls to go out with them. And I said, sure, go. Have fun. You know what? This is how you make memories. So they had a good time. My wife and I just hung out here with the baby burrito. Hung out in the spot for a little bit. Walked out front. Saw a neighbor a couple streets down lighting off big old mortars. So we got to see a couple fireworks. That's about it. Not much. Yeah, it's just hard when you don't live in an area that's got a lot going on. As then you're like, what do I do? Because like on one hand, I love kind of helping my kids experience things. But then again, we got a 6-year-old. And if he has to wait around for things get frustrating. So we definitely, in our hearts, we're celebrating 250 years of the United States of America. Totally happy. Excited to see many more years. All right, and with that, 15 minutes down, 1/3 of the way there. Yeah, I'm gonna have a run workout set up for later today, because so Peanut is off at girls camp for our church, so I just got Minty, and we're gonna head out to swim practice later today. So I'll have basically so this is a tempo workout, so then we'll do, and it's gonna be pretty warm, so we'll just keep it easy. Nice zone 2 hour run. Or about 40 minutes. Because then I'll get some drill work in. Trying to work on some run drills. So later tonight, we'll be back. We'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3, continuing to work our way into Baldur's Gate. Should be a good time. Trying a slightly different setup with my hydration and nutrition. So I bought a bag of what's called super fuel from the feed. And so we're trying to see. So I put 1 scoop at 30 grams of carbohydrates, popped it in this blue bottle, and then the checker bottle is what I had left over from last time. Let's throw it in the fridge. Still good. We're just rolling up this hill. So, I gotta say, I believe all soccer fans that have Trump derangement syndrome need to be thanking President Trump today. Hold on. Sorry. When you sit down for a long time and you're trying to do this, calves start cramping a little bit. Because apparently President Trump made a call to FIFA. And he's like, I don't think that was a very good call. Not a very good call. Didn't really like that call. Not a very good call. You might want to review that. So then they reviewed it, and they overturned the red card from that USA soccer player. Because that's going to be glorious. If he scores a goal tonight during Belgium's game, and he goes, "Thank you, President." he scores the goal, and he does the Trump shimmy. Oh, man, if he did the Trump shimmy, that'd be glorious. That'd be hilarious. I'd laugh so hard if he did the Trump shimmy if he scores a goal tonight. I'm not going to watch the game. I will admit, I am not the biggest soccer fan. You give me a World Cup of hockey and I'm in. I should be clipping my aero bars back on. All right, 20 minutes down. 20 minutes. See, this isn't going to take that long. I mean, come on, guys. This isn't that hard. So, yeah, for those of you that are wondering, my next race isn't until about October, beginning of October. I'm going to take my talents up to the state of Nevada. Bottle toss number 1. One of these days I want to try T100 Vegas. I want to do T100 Vegas one of these days. I heard they put on a good show up there for T100. But I'll be doing an Olympic distance, Boulder City, so south side of Vegas, southeast of Vegas proper. Whew. So yeah, we're having fun with Baldur's Gate. It's a fun game. Like, if I had a lot more time on my hands, I would totally play the game a lot more. Oh, speaking of games, I tried GTA 5 for the first time on Saturday. So, came up on the rando Saturday. Huge content warning if you want to watch me play that game. Lots of cursing. Hard R, 100%. But I can see how people like that game. I can see how it's enjoyable. But yeah, not a game that I can play. I just can't play it. Because it'd be a game I'd play offline, and I'd need a lot of time to sink into it. It's way too open-ended for me. I don't mind open-ended games, but I gotta have a lot of time to play it. And I don't have a lot of time to play it. Can't play that game in 1 to 2 hour spurts. You gotta have a lot of time to explore, check things out, go through every nook and cranny. I will say, though, it's very funny. That felt like Los Angeles, 100%. It's like you go about within 30 minutes of my house, and you're basically in Los Santos. All right, legs are starting to get heavy. All right, 25 minutes down, 20 left to go. Keep grinding them gears. But yeah, I finished quite a number of our Rando Saturday games this year. I've gone through and there's like certain games and I'm like, okay, I can finish this game. I can finish this one. Yeah, some of them I've used a little walkthrough. Helped me understand how to get through some dumb puzzles. But it's been a good time. I've been appreciating it a lot. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know what? You have access to it. Why not just play them? Because I've been thinking for a while, I ought to do a month where every night I got 2 games 2 games every night. But then I'd have to put my whole schedule on hold. So kind of a reminder of what the schedule is. So I do mostly a 2-game rotation. 1 game 3 nights, 1 game 2 nights. Right now, God Eater 3 is 3 nights. Baldur's Gate 3 is 2 nights. So, and then Rando Saturdays on Saturday. So then that gives you a little flexibility. You know, if things aren't coming together, we can shift to something else. All right. So, coming up in the future, though, after God Eater 3 is done, we're starting Final Fantasy 16. Once Baldur's Gate 3 is done, we're going to be playing Mech Warrior Clans. Get back in the big stompy robots. Get Maldor and Salty back in here. See if we can dig ourselves up another rich uncle. That's a reference to our MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries playthrough, where we got near the end of the game, and then we're like, you know what? We don't have any money, and we have to go far out into Kida territory. They don't like us much, and it was going to get prohibitively expensive to go out there. So then Maldor found us a rich uncle that bequeathed tens of trillions of funds to us. So we were able to finish the game that way. So basically, we just took out a metric butt ton of grinding, and maybe we picked ourselves up 1 or 2 shiny toys along the way. All right, we're starting to feel it now. No, this is good. Heavy sustained efforts are good. This is heavy for me. Whew. Starting to feel it. All right, 15 minutes. We'll take another good drink, as we still got those 3 rounds of 3 minutes. At 2:55, those are going to hurt. That third one is going to hurt. All right, big swig. So now the idea is, with this new mix, I'm going to be able to last longer on these kinds of efforts. Because basically, when it comes to nutrition, the simple carbohydrates, sugars, simple sugars, that's your rocket fuel. You burn through that stuff pretty fast. Your glycogen stores in your muscles are about 45 minutes long. And then you start hurting. So the idea is, the high tier athletes, they're pushing 60, anywhere between 60 to 90 grams of carbs every hour. So for me, this is 30. So we're going to see how I feel. Question is, next time I do something like this, maybe we'll add a second scoop and see what happens. The problem becomes your gut, your poopies. If you take on too many carbs, it's going straight out the bottom or straight up the top. So you gotta learn to train with the amount of carbs you're gonna intake during the race. Because I would love nothing more than to be able to run bottle of hydration, bottle of carbs, and then I don't even have to take, and then I can cut down the amount of gels I eat. And also, being able to last longer in the saddle is never a bad thing too. We should be just about at the peak of all the climbing we're going to be doing. There's about 1,200 feet of climbing. 12, maybe 1,300 feet of climbing. This will be a fun double workout today, I'll tell you that much. Flavor profile is actually not bad. It's a neutral flavor, so it's just sweet. And then I tossed in a Nuun tablet. So it kind of adds a little bit more sweet profile to it. So taste isn't bad at all. All right, here we go. Downhill portion. So for those of you that are wondering,
I came way too early.
yeah, you did. So for those of you that are wondering, going downhill does not affect my workout at all. That's how I have it set up. So I'm still pumping the same amount of force. It's just now my guy's going faster. That's all. It doesn't affect what I'm actually doing on this bike. All right, 9.5 minutes left. Let's keep it moving. Then we got 9 more minutes of hard. Or, no, we got 8 minutes. No, 6 minutes of hard. 6 minutes of hard. So, all right, 15 minutes. Oh, we're gonna take a quick stretch break. Quick stretch break. Also, crotch break. So yeah, I wear padded biking shorts, but they only do so much. Some little rolling hills here. All right, 8 more minutes. Here we go. We're still moving here. All right, we're getting through this here. 7 minutes. Man, we're burning through energy today, aren't we? Whew. I'm gonna have to wring out this bike kit when I'm done. All right, last little hill. It's all downhill to the finish line. Six minutes, here we go. Rounding this final little hill. That was about right, 1,300. Cresting this final hill. Five more minutes. This is a beast. I'm feeling fantastic. All right, here we go. Downhill time. Four minutes. 4 more minutes. We got 5 miles left on this particular route. I will say though, I've also been thoroughly enjoying Hollow Knight. Played a lot of it yesterday. I got the acid protection, so we're unlocking all sorts of new areas. Two more minutes.
The music saves my soul. The beat saves my life. Tonight, the DJ saves my night.
1.5. One more. And done. Whew. All right. Bottle toss number 2. All right. I'm as fueled up as I'm gonna get. Oh. All right. We got 3 rounds of 2 minutes. All right. Whew. These 6 minutes is where all the money's made. This is where you make the real gains. You're already pretty tired from that 45 minutes. Then you bank these rounds of 2 minutes. You bank these rounds of 2 minutes. That puts a lot of money in your bank of what you're able to push after the end of a long effort. This is where the money's made. But you gotta earn it. This is how you earn it. I am so soaked. My entire kit is just soaked. All right, here we go. Round 1. Here we go. Hitting low zone 5 here. High zone 4, low zone 5. Seconds in. Key is keep your shoulders low, keep your elbows low. Drive all the power through your core and through your legs. All right, halfway. Thirty more seconds. All right, round 1 done. All right, 4 more minutes of work out of 18 minutes. 4 more minutes of work. That's it. Okay. Two more miles left on this course. We'll have plenty of time to finish that. All right, here we go, round 2. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 2 more minutes. Perfect for this last flat portion. Thirty seconds. All right, one more. One more of those, and then 8-minute loosen down. All right, minute 30 left. Okay, we're gonna actually take a quick potty break. I'll be right back. Well, at least I'm going to bike across the finish line here. That was like just enough to where I'm like, can I hold it? No. All right. There we go. All right, here we go. 2 minutes. One more minute. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20. 10. 'All right. That's it. He's riding on an invisible bike. The guy to the right doesn't have a bike. All right, this workout is done and dusted. I am going to sit in a very cold shower. After 7 more minutes of just loosening down, getting all that lactic acid back through my system. I think Friday we'll do another FTP test. I'm about due for an FTP test. I need to add some oil to my chain on my next ride. A little squeaky. I haven't lubed it up since my last race. right. 5 minutes of loosen down. Get that heart rate down. Move that lactic acid all throughout the body. At 820 calories, which is good. Well, thanks for tuning in, all of those that did. Greatly appreciate it. I don't want to touch my mic with my messy hand, so we're just going to kill the stream pretty quick after this is all done. So just remember, if you like what you see here, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, would greatly appreciate it. If you want to know more about me and all my triathlon dealings, I am sponsored, well, quasi-sponsored by Zoot, and I'm an affiliate and ambassador for H2O Audio. These are the Ripped Ultras. They are fantastic for training. Not so good with karaoke. Bit of an audio delay with the Bluetooth. But if I hardwired in, it should be fine. But all around good solid headphones. Was rolling my my Ripped Lights, the earbuds, while I was up north all this morning. They work fantastic. I was listening to the Ward Radio podcast. Good solid LDS commentary, current events commentary, debunking podcast. Good stuff. Oh. $210. All right, 2 more minutes. All right, minute 40 left. This is one of those ones where I genuinely didn't know if I was going to make it through. It's just like, I've been sitting on my butt all day. Am I going to really make this happen? I did. We'll see how I feel tonight for Baldur's Gate 3. Don't tell, operator. All right, 40 seconds. 40 seconds left. $30 seconds. There's my gate. That's it. I'm done when I get through that gate, and we're going to be shutting things down. So thank you all so much for tuning in, everyone that did. Hit the follow, hit the like button. Subscriptions available on both the Twitch and Rumble apps. We just started back on YouTube and Blaze. So, you want to see more of this fun stuff? Go hit that follow button. Greatly appreciate it. That's it for me. Oh, it was delicious. All right. Ugh. Yeah, like I said, this is my good mic, so I don't really want to touch it. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later tonight. Until then, good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.